Carson Hocevar finished second but made no friends on Sunday at Atlanta Motor Speedway. In the end, he realizes the stat sheet does not include a section for friends made, but this time, he developed a rival in Kyle Busch, and you don't want that person on your bad side. So his response to all of his problems from last Sunday either makes him sound aggressive or simply matter of fact. I finished second. We're here to win races, not be a boy band and love each other and play on the playground together, Hocevar said. During his time in the Truck Series, the 22-year-old Hocevar was known for losing his cool and reacting angrily. That changed last year when the Spire Motorsports driver was named NASCAR's top rookie in the Cup Series. However, his aggressive manner has maintained. It has received praise from his supporters and criticism from competitors. And not just because the actions are aggressive, but also because he chooses when to make them. Obviously, there's learning lessons, Hocevar said. You don't want to piss anybody off or frustrate anybody, and there's things I would clean up for sure, but it's going to come with learning that. Hocevar had enraged so many drivers that they gathered after the race to confront him. Ryan Blaney, the 2023 Cup winner, was unhappy with him, as was his own iRacing guru Ross Chastain, who co-owns the driver business that counts Hocevar among its top customers. Kyle Busch, a two-time Cup champion, was incredulous during the first stage of the race Sunday at Atlanta because of the way Hocevar was making aggressive moves to try to hold a position. "I'm over him. I'm going to wreck his ass," Busch told his team via his in-car radio. During the early stages of the race at Atlanta, Kyle Busch spoke about Carson Hocevar over the radio. Those feelings did not go away, but when Busch stepped out of his car, he appeared to be much calmer. When asked about the teenage driver following the race, Busch was open about his close encounters with the 77. "He just had a lot of close calls," Busch said. "I mean, he wasn't even clear on me. I had to lift and he put me in the fence off of 2 in the first stage. So, he's just trying to plug holes and doing it last second and last minute and creating log jams on back. It's just do it at the end, do it in the last 30 laps, not in the first 230. Kyle Busch talked about Hocevar. Spire provided the young driver a fast car, which may have enabled him to be so aggressive. The close racing amongst these cars also requires drivers to discover strategies to separate themselves. So, he had a fast car, and he was doing a lot of moves with it to get himself in position, Busch continued. I mean, he came from behind me when they stopped for tires and we didn't. So, he had a fast car. Give benefit, but it's also just circumstantial of where we're all at in today's age with the cars. We're all given the same stuff, and he's making a lot of bold moves to just try to make the most of it. Kyle Busch is right. There are several things at play here. Carson Hocevar, for example, is rather young. He's also one of the most talented and aggressive drivers. You could argue that his bold yet occasionally short-sighted racing approach is what makes him so good. I remember another young aggressive driver. There was this guy who raced for Hendrick and then switched to Joe Gibbs. I heard he's racing Richard Childress right now. All jokes aside, it appears that this is the pattern that promising young drivers follow. They walk in, are aggressive, and get in over their heads. Many people have to do this to establish themselves. They eventually become wise old veterans. Kyle Busch is the old guy now, and he needs to keep guys like Hocevar in check. However, he wasn't the only one unhappy with Hocevar. So was Hocevar in over his head? Ryan Blaney, who was spun by Hocevar in the penultimate stage, vented to his teammates as well. Blaney believed Hocevar attempted to give him a shove, a maneuver that drivers use to boost the pace of both vehicles, in a location where he couldn't. "He's just a moron," Blaney informed his teammates. "He just runs right in the back of us. He has zero idea of where to bump somebody." At first, Hocevar did not think it was an awful place. "I was focused on defending middle more than hitting him," Hocevar said. "I didn't think it would offset him into a spin. I thought I could hit him pretty hard. That was the first time I probably lined up with Chevy nose with a Ford nose, and it just got him in a really bad spot. That's 100% on me. It sucks, the optics of it for sure. It's not fun to do that." Hocevar, chasing his maiden Cup triumph, found himself battling among the leads in the 2-lap overtime finish. He was able to slip between Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell and appeared to be in position to deliver the winning pass when the caution came out, freezing the field with Bell leading. Because the drivers had already received the white flag, signifying the final lap, Bell was proclaimed the winner. That last lap maneuver did not result in a wreck. He handled the overtime finish like a seasoned driver. He's been around enough now that you know he's going to be the aggressor, Bell joked. If there's a hole, he's going to take it. If there's not a hole, he's going to make one. He ultimately gave me the shove to pass or break through to lead the side draft tandem with myself and Kyle down the back straightaway. Then I didn't realize Kyle had opened up the bottom like he did getting into turn 3 and allowed Carson to sneak middle of 3 wide. To be honest, Hocevar was not the only driver who had to account for his actions. In almost every race, drivers commit mistakes out of aggression. Larson attempted to block Austin Cindric late in the race, pinning him against the wall and terminating Cindric's race. Cindric led 47 laps before wrecking his race car. "I was just a little bit of a lazy kind of up the track," Larson said. "Cindric got there a little bit quicker than I thought he would. I'm sure that was my fault." Nobody will blame Larson for the collision since he has earned respect as one of the sport's top talents. Hocevar, on the other hand, has yet to gain that kind of respect. While he is gifted, he has made dubious mistakes in enough races to maintain his reputation as an out-of-control racer. Hocevar confesses that he did not run the cleanest on Sunday. "There's some stuff I've got to learn and clean up a little bit," he said. "But I feel like we put ourselves in the perfect opportunity to try and win a race. I've never had that opportunity really before, especially on a superspeedway." Hocevar used to try to run toward the back of the race in superspeedway competitions, using a strategy of staying far enough back to prevent accidents. This has occasionally worked, but does not guarantee success. Hocevar believed he had a decent enough car for Sunday's race in Atlanta to skip the back. He wanted to race. "I was racing from the drop of the rag," Hocevar said. "I was in go, take every run and just get track position, and every time we lost it, we'd just get it right back. For me, I had to make up for riding in the past, and I had to get all the experience I could and be super aggressive and learn every move I could. Again, there's things I would clean up, but you're not going to make the right decisions every time, especially with how fast we're going and how many runs are happening, and I can only apologize and say I'm going to get better." The figures show he got everything he could, although some of his competitors believe he got more than he deserved. He finished 8th in the first stage, 7th in the second stage, and 2nd in the race. "I'm normally 40th, waiting for them to crash and hoping they crash, and I finish in the teens," Hocevar joked. "So to be up front and get stage points both stages and have a shot to win is something to hold my head high, real much. I've always said I'm a really bad superspeedway racer, so this at least gives me a little bit more confidence." Drivers such as Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch were critical of the Spire Motorsports driver, making many comments both during and after the race. Carson Hocevar was one of the more exciting drivers to watch on Sunday, but it will be fascinating to see whether he dials it back a bit moving forward after coming close to his maiden Cup Series victory. He has previously handled criticism effectively, but it is unclear where he will go from here.